Yeah.
Just kidding. I was joking. I was joking.
Thank you.
Is this
All
like,
right.
is this like a review video?
Yes. All right. First thing is measure centro. I'll type it. So measure of centro. Boys, if you cannot be quiet, leave. I don't have time. I'll write you up later, okay? All right, measure a center, okay? First off, measure a center is that mean, median, mode, range thing. Range is not actually measure a center, but you know. So, measure a center. Let's say if you have, some amount of numbers. Let's do 10, 12, 15, 17, 21. Okay. So let's say you have those numbers, right? We're going to do mean, median, mode. Remember, mean is the same as average. So what you do is you add up all the numbers you have. So 10 plus 12 plus 15 plus 17 plus 21. Then divided by the amount of numbers you have, or the amount of elements you have, which is 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 7. So 70 over 5. No, I'm sorry, 75 over 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, no number. So, okay, so 75 over 5, which is 15. So the mean in this case. Is 15. The median. The median is the stuff in the middle. In this case, the thing is in order from 10 to 21. It's already in order. On your test, it might not be given to you in order. Make sure you put it in order first before you do the median. So you just find what's in the middle. You put the numbers in order. Yeah. So then to find the middle, you just go from the outside in, and you have one middle here, which also happens to be 15. They're not always the same. Keep in mind, if you have a situation where you have two middle numbers, let's say like 2 and 3, if you have two middle numbers in a situation, you cut it in half or figure out what's in between, or just add them and divide by 2. So 5 over 2 or 2.5. So it has to be the number in the middle, okay? The mode is the number that happens most often. In this scenario, none of the numbers happen most often. So in this case, it is a no mode. Okay? No mode or no answer is a possible choice for a mode. Mean and median will always have a number.
Is it like a special symbol for it, like the 0 with the cross through it?
No, it's not null, which is like non-existent. I guess it is kind of non-existent, but this right, no, or no mode. And then we have the range. We'll talk about the other type of range later. But range is just the biggest number minus the smallest number. So 21 minus 10 equals 11. So your range is 11. Remember, your range doesn't actually measure what's in the middle. It just kind of measures how wide your data is. But we have other things to measure how wide or spread out your data is, okay? I don't know why. Now, next one is analyze data. So this is like the table thing. So let's say boys, girls, and let's say it's like, and in total. I don't know, pizza. What's the other thing? Pizza and what? Burgers. Let's say you have 100 total kids. Let's say 42 of them are girls or likes pizza. Let's say 51 are boys. And let's say girls who like pizza is at like 20. Okay. Is that enough information? Yeah, you can find it. So, yeah. So to figure out the missing blocks, you either have to subtract down. So if you know the total is 42 and this is 20, that means the leftover people who like pizza, or the boys who like pizza, must be 22. Same thing here. If you know there's 51 boys and 22 of the boys like pizza, 29 of them likes burgers. Okay? And then I just want to show it this way though, purposely. So let's do 42 and 100, that'd be 58. And then 58 minus 29 is 27. No, also 29. Yeah. Okay. Remember, if you're looking for a total though, you actually could just add these up. So 20 plus 29 must be 49. Again, you could have just done 100 minus 51 to get that missing number. So there's sometimes multiple roots. What's confusing?
You made your table different line.
Okay. So make sure the numbers make sense. They should always make sense. I also give you the question sometimes just as a paragraph, so you have to break that down or fill it in. Yep. Let's see, we did analyze data. Oh, sampling and bias. Remember, there are 3 types of samples. There are 4 types of sampling. We have completely random sampling. We have stratified random. Keep in mind that's in groups, so you break it into groups first. Stratified. There's systematic, which is you do kind of randomly choose people. Well, let me rephrase it like this. The list of the people might be random, but you might pick every 5th person. And let's say the last one is, what's our last one? Was it convenience? No, we didn't talk about that. Was convenience one of them? I don't know if we talked about it. Convenience? No, I don't think it was.
I don't think so. Let me check.
Yeah. Go check because I teach it differently from last year a little bit. So I didn't put convenience because I left that for biases. Stratify, systematic, random samples. On the front page of that thing, it should say like all the types. Oh no, it was like a worksheet. It was notes in your book.
Oh. Systematic, self-selected.
Self-selected is the last one. Yes, thank you. I knew it started with aspect in it. Self-selected. So self-selected is like they choose to participate themselves. So just to give a sample, if let's say Rabbit Ruin wants to learn something about the school, right? Completely random would be he just has the computer or somebody pick random names from the group. Literally everyone has a chance to be picked equally, okay? So you could end up in that situation having 12 seniors and no juniors, okay? You could have stratified random. So stratified random is like breaking into groups first and then picking randomly. So to say, out of the senior class, I'm gonna pick 5 people. Out of the junior class, I'm gonna randomly pick 5 people. Out of sophomore class, I pick 5 people. Systematic would be there's some rule to it. They could put your name in an alphabetical list and say every 5th person is going to be picked. So every 5th person I pick. So number 5, number 10, number 15 on the list. Or they could order it however you want. They could order it by grade. They could order it by GPA or whatever. Ancestor selected is when you choose, or the person chooses to participate. AKA, they give you a survey and say, hey, please fill this out if you want to. You could think of it like the surveys when you leave an online rating, or a survey when you get a receipt and you get back for maybe like a coupon or something. So those are those. And then there was the biases. And remember, a bias could occur on how it's asked, who is asking it, where it's asked. Is there anything else? So I'll give you like, so in the test, I'll give you like a little sentence like, Mr. Tobel asked students what they thought about the trip yesterday. Now, I put this one because it's kind of hard. Like, if I write this down, right, or if I do this, right, is there a bias that could happen or not?
Depends how much the student wants you to think they're like the trip.
There could be a situation where you could argue, well, Mr. Tobel's part of the school. If he's part of the school, I don't want to say the school sucked on the trip or something like that. So maybe you have some biases there. Again, everything is if they could cause biases. Nothing's guaranteed, but some things are more likely than others. Everything could be biased, for sure. But, well, you have to give a reason why, right? You'd have to say, you got to say, Mr. Tobel works for the school, and thus that could cause a problem, you know? If I change it like this, he asked, let's say, didn't you love this trip? Didn't you love the trip yesterday? That we worked hard to make happen? Okay, let's say if I ask you something like that, that changes the question quite a bit. Because now it's like, oh, you know, if you say no, now my feelings are hurt, right? Or something along those lines.
That'd be so awkward if you said that, no.
No. Or if, let's say, Miss Gerson asked you this, that changes the question a lot, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So you can see how the biases change depending who asked, how I asked, it asks where I asked, right? Because if I asked you like when your bus got here at what time your bus got here? 9 yesterday?
I didn't go to trip.
Okay.
So that would
8:30?
change my-
Yeah. So if when your bus got here at 8:30, you might have been like, you know, you were kind of annoyed after 2 hours of busing, and they're like, damn, I'm going to be another hour going home. So where you asked also could affect.
I hope the bus ride was one of the best parts of the trip.
Oh, maybe I don't know. Maybe next time we'll have a trip. We'll just ride a bus for 12 hours straight in a circle.
Well, okay, we could have done that. Nobody would have complained.
I think people will go crazy at the bus. I think there would be Lord of the Flies level of problems. So,
Not 12 hours.
oh yeah, baby.
2 hours of just busing. My camp went to bus that's Balboa Tower Alley, 2 hours away. The trip was middle of the bus.
Mm-hmm.
And then they took us to a park,
Yeah.
kids park.
A kids park? A children's park?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We also have, so sampling bias, so I'll give you examples. You have Box and Whisker.
This was the easiest thing we've done.
Okay. So you're going to get a bunch of numbers. I'll put it in order for the example here, but it might not be in order in the test. Let's do 8, 9, 10, 10, 12, 15, 19, 25, 28, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Would you ask, like, what kind of question would you ask in the test, considering, like,
The sampling and bias?
Yeah.
So I'll give you an example, like Mr. Tobel picked from each of his class 5 students to get a review about how he's doing as a teacher. The first part of the question would be, what type of method did he use? Since I took it from each class, what type of method would that be?
Systematic.
Stratify, because I broke into groups first, and then I pick randomly.
Oh.
Okay? Then it'd be like, well, is there any bias that could occur in the situation that it was described? And you say,
You're more
well,
asking?
yeah, I'm asking how my class is, right? It's going to be a little, you're not going to get a fully honest answer, right? Because Mr. Tobel has any reason to be happy or not happy on the answer, you know? So that could cause bias, right? But if you talk into your friend, then maybe that wouldn't cause bias. You'd probably be more honest.
Unless your friend would be impressed if you say, I hate school and I hate the teachers.
I mean, if they're impressed by that, then I don't know what to say about that.
Well, then it's bias.
I mean, depending. If your friends are all negative, then
We'll know Mr. Tobel's approval. Mr. Tobel, I'm gonna watch this video when you post it, and I'm getting called from the town services office from Jacob Schneider. And I like going up.
why do you want to go there?
No, I'm just being called. I'm doing something.
You don't want to go there, buddy.
Okay. He said okay. I got approval. We'll keep what she said. We'll keep what she said.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. So we're gonna find first the middle of the data. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So this right here, the 12, is the middle of the data. So that's our median. Okay. Now we want the lower quartile and we want the higher quartile. Or I think it's lower and upper, maybe. I forgot what it was. I'll tell you later. Upper? Okay. So in that situation, I'm going to take the half of the lower part, which is the left side.
Oh, up.
Upper. So then I'm going to take the half of this. In this situation, I had two numbers. So I need to find the middle of both numbers, which happens to be 9.5. Again, if you can't find the middle, just add them and divide by 2. So the lower quartile is 9.5. The upper quartile, again, find the middle of the second half of the numbers. Notice here I'm not using this number, the middle, as part of my top half or bottom half. That is literally the middle. So it's neither the top nor the bottom. So 19 and 25, in the middle of that is 22. Again, add it up, divide by 2, you'll get 22. 44 divided by 2 is 22. So this is 22. And then the last thing we're going to get is our, did I call it max and min? I don't think I did. The highest, the extreme, I think it was called. The highest extreme and the lowest extreme. So, which is just the highest point and the lowest point.
Oh, upper extreme and lower extreme.
Yeah, upper extreme and lower extreme. So 28 is the max or upper extreme. 8 is the min or the lower extreme. Those 5 numbers tells me where I'm going to graph on this number line. So you're going to go from, you're going to have a point at 8. You're going to have a point at 9.5. You're going to have a point at 12. You're going to have a point at 22. And you're going to have a point at 28. Yeah, so this one would be what we described as right-sided. It's like heavy on the right side. Okay? So in this situation, it's heavy on the right side, 22, which means more of my data is bigger than the rest. Or you could think of it as half my data is really close together, while the other half is really spread out. There's a lot of ways to describe that. You will also get two pictures and you got to compare them, and I'll be like, which one has the highest median, which one has the lowest lower quartile or whatever. Yeah, and I'll make it like clear what you expected, because I think on the homework it just said like compare them. Yeah. But in this case, I'll be like, what is the median compared to these? Which one's higher or lower? Right. So, okay. Box and whisker. We have standard deviation. I know that. Let me just check. I'll do that last. Understanding data. So that was the types of data. So there are types of data where it's like is categorical. So that is categorical. Whatever. So there's category type data. So category type data is data that is like, what's your favorite color? What's month you were born? How many siblings? Well, siblings is a number. What color is your hair? Something like that. So those are like things that, what type of car you drive. Those are things that the answer kind of numeric, or verbal, I should say, where you could count how many times that happens, but you can't really compare them, right? Like, what is blue compared to red? Is blue higher than red in the number line, or red higher than blue?
No, but blue and red is purple.
That is very true. What's up?
How many people chose blue or red?
That's true, but if I wanted, let's say, the median, what's the middle? If I had blue, red, and green, what's the middle of those three?
Brown.
Okay, yes, it's brown, but you know what I mean?
I
Like,
picked up from Dahlia.
Oh, wait.
Read it.
Is it white?
no, black is all the colors. White is the
Red,
absence
red,
of all
green,
colors.
blue?
Why is that all the colors in brown?
All in the
Red,
middle
green,
is
blue,
black,
in the case of
brown or
blazer.
black.
In the case of blazers, yes.
I'm thinking RGB lights. Like RGB.
No, all colors is. If all colors are included, it's black, and if no colors included, it's white. Or wait,
But if you put a
All
red, a green,
red, green,
and a
blue
blue
lights are on.
laser,
yeah,
It's white.
it's white,
yes,
but it paints, it's black.
yes, in
Yeah.
pigment, it's black.
Okay. So the rules are inverted depending what you're using. Okay. See that bigger problem, right? You could not decide what the median is. Yeah. Got it. All right. So that's category, and then there is two things. There is numeric, and numeric has two parts to it. Numeric has two parts to it. It has I forgot the word we use, where it could continue and not continue. Distinct. Distinct. Yeah, distinct. Oh, distinct. Distinct. Can you not be distinct in the past? Oh, there you go. I hate spelling. I wait for the neural link, so it just writes my words for me. Distinct, and then there's continuous. I'm pretty sure. Continuous. All right, so continuous. Okay. Remember, distinct are things that are like that have to be whole numbers, while continuous are things that could be with decimals and stuff. So, for example, how many siblings you have, that's a distinct number. You don't have half a sibling. Oh, wait, you do have half siblings. I mean, shoot.
We don't have quarter siblings.
Yeah, okay, wait. What's something distinct? How many book? Oh, no, you can read half a book. How many? I don't know, something that comes in wholes. I don't know.
How many dogs
People. How many people are in each class? That's going to be.
Dead bodies.
Well, that's 0. That's not a person. That's a body.
Half.
That's a dead body. That's 2 halves of a body.
No, but then you remove one half to eat. A shirt.
A shirt? Okay, how many shirts you have? Yes. There you go. Yeah, but if you wear it, it's still a shirt. It's just half a shirt, but it's a whole shirt. Wait.
But you did ask how much you wear. You asked how much you have.
Yeah, how many shirts you have? If you couldn't have, you have 2 shirts, but they both suck because it's only half a shirt. And then continuous is things with decimals, so like time, money, things that you can have like parts of. Okay. And I'll ask you, is this data continuous or not? Okay, and so forth, so forth. And then the last one is the standard deviation thing, which is kind of hard. So I'm going to try to pick something really simple. Let's just do this. 8, 9, 10, 12, 12. Okay. So standard deviation. Deviation. Where's my cursor? Deviation is when you try to figure out how spread out your data is, and people who like math a lot figure out how to way to do it to get a number. So the first thing you do, and this is the thing with a big table, the first thing you do is just list your numbers. So 8, 9, 10, 12, 12. I'll give you a blank table on the test. The next thing you do is go to put X bar. Remember, X bar is the mean of this data. If I add this up and divide it by 5, 50 divided by 5, that's go. Oh no, wait. Make the middle one 11.
Middle one 11.
Wait.
8, 9, 11, 12, 12.
No. Make 8, 7 and make the middle 10. Okay. Now it should be a clean mean. All right. So 50 divided by 5, that's going to be 10. So your mean is 10. Your next thing is going to be the difference between the mean and the point. So x minus x bar. which is going to be 2, 1, 0, 2, 2. I'm sorry, 3, 3, 3. Yeah, yeah. So 3, 1, 0, 2, 2. Okay, and then you have to square you got to add those numbers up. So 3, 1, 2, 2. Oh no, you have to square the numbers. Square the numbers. So it's gonna be 9, 1, 0, 4, 4. Now you're gonna get the average of that numbers. So that's 18 when you add them up, divided by 5, which is going to be 3.6. And then you're gonna have to square root 3.6, which should be about 1.8. Okay. Yeah, there's this. Nope, never mind. All right, that's pretty much everything I think is on your task. If yeah, and I'll try to print, or I'll probably make something for you Friday. I'll post it on Google Classroom, and I'll have physical copies either here or my Route 320. All right, I'm gonna stop.